Last year, when I started talking to God about Woman Evolve 2026 and what the messaging for those who are connected to the movement would be, I heard the word rogue. And I understood that the world had literally gone rogue and that so many of us were playing by rules that existed from our past or previous experiences. And I felt the Lord really saying that we're going to have to challenge our idea of the way things should be or have to be in order for us to show up in the way that things are. And so, for the first half of this year, we have spent time pouring into that, helping you to see the areas of your life where the Lord may be calling you to go rogue, to break some of your own rules and mentalities. And through our devotional, our podcast, our social media, we've tried to be very intentional about meeting you where you are and ultimately awakening you to what God has for you. Comes as no surprise to me that I am often the very one who has to eat the very things that we serve. And while I have been focused on the ways that some of you may have to go rogue, I'd never thought about the areas in my life where I would have to break some of my rules until recently. Some of you may be aware that I had an accident on a trampoline. And as a result of having that accident, it requires me to undergo a surgery. And as a part of the surgery, there is a recovery process. And everyone's recovery is different, it can be unpredictable. However, I know that I want to take this time to really honor my body and to put myself first, which for me is going rogue. For me to be willing to say, you know what, I'm not going to push myself. I'm not going to show up for everyone else and not show up for myself, but instead take the time to really listen to my body and take my time. That is for me breaking all kinds of rules. And in order to do that, though, I've had to make some really tough decisions. One of them being postponing Woman Evolve after talking to my doctors, many doctors, and consulting with my friends and family, and just asking the Lord, how do I need to show up in this season? I hear the Lord telling me that I'm going to have to go rogue to be willing to disrupt my idea of the way things should be and to really take things step by step as I go through this recovery journey. So, with that in mind, we're going to continue working with the city of Atlanta, with our partners, and with our team to figure out when is the best time to have Woman Evolve, but only after I've had an opportunity to fully recover and to honor the season that I am in and the recovery necessary for me. So, we're going to spend the next couple of weeks talking to the doctors. I'm recording this before I have surgery, literally the night before I have surgery. And I'm going to take my time to listen to my body, to listen to the medical professionals that are going to be seeing me through this spine surgery, and also working with our partners to figure out the best next date for Woman Evolve. I know so many of you invest early, you secure your seat early, and we want to make sure that you still maintain your seat, maintain your place in the space. And so you don't have anything to worry about there. We have your space, we have your seat. And from here, we're just going to be working to figure out the next best date for us to be together to celebrate the victories and the challenges that sometimes come with going rogue. I love you. So many of you have sent me prayers and well wishes during this season. I receive them, I need them, and I can't wait to be with you soon. So stay tuned to our socials, stay tuned to your email. You will hear from us very soon about the next steps as it relates to Woman Evolve, the dates, and all of the information you need. Thank you so much for continuing to not just allow me to be a part of your life, but creating space for me to grow and evolve with you. This is probably one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do because I love what happens when we're in a room together, and I love what God does when we turn our focus towards Him. And I am believing that the same grace and the same breakthrough and the same anointing that we have experienced year after year after year is going to be waiting and ready and available for us when we get together. I love you, and I'll see you soon.